John Harmon of the African American Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey. I looked at your website and I see three columns, long columns of services that you provide. It looks like you're filling a lot of needs right now. What are a couple of the main ones, John?
Well, Joe, first of all, I want to thank you and Investors Bank for affording me this opportunity to have the conversation. But as you know, there's 1.1 million blacks in New Jersey, and between 80 and 100,000 black businesses, all subject to our next census to get a more definitive number. But many of these individuals and businesses have some historical challenges. You know, we have high poverty, high unemployment, a host of health issues. Chronic disease is prevalent in the black community, workforce readiness, and education attainment. So those are all the areas that we focus on, and most importantly, positioning businesses for success. And so our role is, one, to be an advocate, and two, to connect our members, businesses, and constituents, if you will, to critical resources, opportunities, and information that's going to contribute to their success, be it access to capital, be it technical assistance resources, be it meeting facilitation, so that they can get to the person or persons that could greenlight an opportunity that can have an impact on their goals and objectives.
You open doors and make introductions for people who couldn't get their foot in the door without you. Is that right?
That's part of what we do, absolutely. But also, before we open the door, we make sure that that person or business is ready to respond to the potential opportunity that may be on the table. You know, it's oftentimes when we talk about black people or black businesses, there are perceptions in the marketplace that are driven by emotion. And sometimes our constituents are driven by emotions. But our job, in part, is to make sure that these men and women can meet the value proposition, because this is all about business and making a mutually beneficial relationship.
How do you do that, John? Do you run counseling sessions or classes, or just give us an example of how you start a client on the road to something better?
Joe, that's a great question. And so we have a process. Every potential member of the African American Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey, we have a conversation with them. And so that during the course of that discussion, we assess their strengths, their weaknesses. We ask them to provide a capability statement, complete a profile, give us some references of success. What is your last 3 contracts? What was the scope of work? What was the size of those contracts? Do you have a banking relationship? Do you have an attorney, a CPA relationship? All those items, if you will, help us get a clear picture of who we're dealing with and how far we can go to bat for this individual.
John Harmon, thank you for the work that you are doing for so many people. It's great to hear. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Joe, and thank Investors Bank, because no one is successful on their own, and our relationship with Investors Bank has truly made a difference in who we are as an organization and how we execute our mission. Thank you.